Hello everyone and welcome back to RysFix, and in this video I will be cleaning the carburetor of this Peugeot Vespa Lx. I will also show you how to do the tuning of the carburetor in the end of the video, so see that you watch the video till the end, otherwise you can miss important information. So come on, let's start the video. So to clean the carburetor, the most difficult part is taking the carburetor out from the bike, and to take out the carburetor from this Peugeot Vespa is very easy. Just open the seat and pull out the boot space like this. So easily you can access the carburetor. So come on, let's start to disconnect the connections. So the first thing, you will have to disconnect this vacuum pipe. Once you disconnect the vacuum pipe, take a T-spanner. The carburetor is holded with 2 bolts. You will have to take out those 2 bolts. One bolt you can easily loosen by using a T-spanner like this, but when I tried to loosen the other bolt, it was not possible with the T-spanner. As you can see here, you cannot put the T-spanner here. So the next thing that you'll have to do is take a 8mm spanner and loosen the bolt from top like this. Once you loosen both the bolts, take both the bolts out completely. Here comes out both the bolts. Once you take out both the bolts, you will have to disconnect the carburetor from the air filter pipe connection. For that there will be a ring. Loosen the screw which is there on the ring. Now this accelerator cable is coming in the middle. Loosen the accelerator cable and pull it out like this. Now keep it on the side. Once you keep that on the side, since you have already loosened the screw, you can now disconnect the carburetor from the air filter pipe, and once you do that, you will have to disconnect the fuel line connection. So pull out the fuel line connection like this. Now while taking out the carburetor, the front gasket fell down there. This is the gasket. Keep it in a safe place. Then you will have to leave the choke cable connection. So there will be a screw here. Loosen the screw and take the cable out from the clamp. Once you take that out from the clamp, press the choke like this and disconnect the choke cable from the carburetor. And with this, all my connections to the carburetor are disconnected. Now your carburetor is totally separated from the bike. So now you can clean it. So take a clean vessel and put petrol in it, and using a toothbrush, start cleaning the carburetor. Clean the carburetor thoroughly from the outside first, so that when you open the carburetor, the dirt from the outside should not go in the inside. So to avoid that, you will have to clean the carburetor from the outside properly. Once you are done cleaning the carburetor from the outside, now you will have to start to open the carburetor. So to open the carburetor, you will need a screwdriver. There will be 2 screws here. You will have to remove these 2 screws. Once you take both the screws out, this carburetor is slightly jammed type. So I will tap it on all sides so that it loosens. So I had to pull it a lot to open it. So here my carburetor is open now. So as you can see how dirty my carburetor is from inside. It is so dirty because my air filter was very dirty. How to replace an air filter, I will show you in another video. If you want that video, then see that you comment below and let me know. Then you will have to take out your high jet. So use a screwdriver and turn the high jet and take it out completely. Then you will have to take out your slow jet. Take the same screwdriver and take the slow jet out completely. Then you will have to take out your float. So there will be a pin which is holding the float. Slide that pin out, and with that your float will be totally separated from the carburetor. Now this float will have a valve needle on it. It is a small needle. See that you don't lose it. Then you will have to take out your tuning screw. So the tuning screw also you will have to use the same screwdriver and take it out completely. Now on top of this tuning screw there will be a spring. See that you don't lose it and keep it in a safe place. Then you will have to take out float ball drain screw. There will be a O-ring on this screw. If your scooter gets floated, then you can drain that petrol by taking out this. Once you take that out, you will have to use your toothbrush and start cleaning your float chamber. You guys had already seen how dirty this had become. Now see that you brush it thoroughly. So once you are done brushing it, rinse it with petrol like this. With this you will get rid of all the dirt which had come out after brushing. Once you are done cleaning that, keep it on the side in a clean place, and then you will have to move forward to clean the rest of the parts. See that you brush the float, then see that you brush the float bowl drain screw, then see that you brush your main jet properly. Now on this main jet there will be tiny holes. Those tiny holes you will have to clean. Those I will clean later, but at the moment I will just brush it and keep it on the clean side. Then you will have to take the slow jet, and that also you will have to brush thoroughly. Then you will have to take your tuning screw. That also you will have to brush and clean and keep it on the cleaner side. Then your float needle also brush it and keep it on the cleaner side. Then take a toothpick, and on your main jet there will be tiny holes. Those holes you will have to clean like this, but see that this toothpick doesn't break and remain inside of any of the holes. All these holes you will have to check if they are nice and clear. As you can see here, my hole is nice and clear. Now same type of holes there will be on the slow jet as well. That also you will have to clean thoroughly. Here I am using a toothpick because the holes on the high jet and the small jet should not get deformed. If you are using some metal wire, then those holes can get easily deformed. So to avoid that, I am using a toothpick here. So then you will have to take your main carburetor body, and all the dust which is there in the body, all that dirt and grime you will have to take out now by brushing it with petrol. How dirty it had become you all guys have seen already. Still the bike was running, but in the end it was totally seized. The spark plug also broke inside of the engine, which you have seen in the last video how I have replaced that. If you have not yet watched that video, then I will put a link of that video on top here. You can go there and watch that video. So once you are done cleaning the carburetor body thoroughly, splash petrol on it so that the dirt will go out, and with that you will get a nice and clean body. So with this, our carburetor is now clean. Now the next thing is assembling the carburetor. Once you are done cleaning the carburetor, see that you go and wash your hands thoroughly, take out the dirty petrol, and now you can start to assemble the carburetor. So first you can put your float bowl drain screw, tighten it properly, then put back your main jet. Once you put back the main jet, then put back the slow jet and tighten it properly. So the next thing that you will have to put is the float. Before putting the float back in position, see that you hang the float needle on top of the float properly, and this float you will have to put in the right direction. If by chance you put it on the wrong side, then when you will go to start the bike, your petrol will start to flow out non-stop from the overflow pipe. So see that you put the float on the correct side. Keep it on the correct side and put in the pin. Once you put the float in position, put the chamber back and the two screws which you had taken out. Now it's time to put them back, and see that you tighten them properly. In between here is a rubber gasket which I have not taken out. So if your carburetor doesn't have that, see that you put a new one, and if your old rubber is good enough, see that you keep it as it is. So once you tighten both the screws, now it's time to put back the tuning screw. This tuning screw you don't have to tighten fully. See that you keep it slightly loose, because this you will have to adjust later on while doing the tuning. That also I will be showing you in this video. So if you have not yet subscribed to my channel, then see that you subscribe to my channel and press the bell icon so that you will not miss any of my new videos. So here I'm done assembling my carburetor. So come on, let's put this carburetor back onto the bike. So to put the carburetor back onto the bike, this gasket which you had taken out and kept on one side, this gasket you need now. Just keep a note on which side I'm putting this gasket. On that gasket there will be a rubber o-ring that should be touching the pipe which is coming from the engine, because on the carburetor there is already one rubber o-ring. So see that you don't put both the rubber o-rings on one side. So the first thing you'll have to connect the carburetor to the pipe which is coming from the air filter. Put it back inside. So keep that ring in position and tighten that ring. Then you will have to take your plastic gasket and put the gasket in position, and the two bolts which you had taken out, now it's time to put them back. So once you are done putting both those bolts back, see that you tighten them properly. Then connect the accelerator cable and see that you tighten it properly. Then connect the fuel line that you had taken out. See that you put the pipe back inside properly and don't leave it half the way. Then connect the vacuum pipe which you had taken out, and in the end the choke cable which you had taken out. Now it's time to put that back. So connect the choke cable, put the cable inside of the clamp and tighten the screw of the clamp. So with this, our carburetor cleaning process is now over. Now the main thing is to tune the bike. Now this Vespa carburetor has only one tuning screw. It doesn't have a fuel mixing screw, which is all the more good. So first thing, you will have to start the bike. So the first time when you are starting the bike after cleaning the carburetor, it will take some time. You will have to kick it many times before it starts. So once it starts, keep it on for 5 to 10 minutes so that the engine becomes hot. So once the engine becomes hot, your bike will be slightly more accelerated because your tuning screw is slightly more on the tighter side. So to loosen that tuning screw, I am using here my cordless screwdriver extension, because there is no space to put a long screwdriver here. Now you will have to turn this tuning screw in the anti-clockwise direction. Now till your bike stays on the lowest sound, that much you should keep your tuning. If you want, you can keep it slightly on the higher side so that it will not be a problem to start the bike. So with this, bike tuning is done. So I'm hoping that this video was useful to you. If you like this video, then see that you like and share with your friends and family. And if you have not yet subscribed to my channel, then see that you subscribe to my channel and press the bell icon so that you will get notification when I release my next video. And like this, you will never miss any of my next videos. Till then, this is RysFix signing out. Until we meet again.